What if I tell you that there is a particular industry that has generated approximately $66 billion in economic value for Nigeria to date? We are not talking just about the tech industry startup. Neither are we talking about just the oil and gas industry. We are talking about a scheme most of us don't even consider as a cash cow. Let me introduce you to the Nigeria Free Trade Zone. Nigeria Free Trade Zone.
The scheme has been effectively utilized in places like China.
And the whole essence is basically to bring trade.
The president declared 4,000 hectares in Kogi State as a free trade zone.
Lekki Port has produced more than 5,000 job opportunities.
In this video, I am going to break down what is a free trade zone, how have free trade zones generated billions of dollars for Nigeria, what are free trade zones doing for Nigeria, and why is it important? Nigeria Free Trade Zones are special designated zones for the purpose of attracting global business to Nigeria.
The Nigeria Free Zone Scheme was established by Decree 63 of 1992.
And the whole essence is basically to bring trade and manufacturing and processing under a one-stop shop so as to share infrastructure and be able to provide exports, right, easily for the participants in itself.
It was the need to stimulate industrial growth that led the federal government to explore the idea of export processing zones in line with international best practices at the time. The zones were designed as special territories within the country, but exempted totally or in part from national regulations related to trade, finance, and other economic activities. As part of its commitment to stimulating economic activity and growth, the federal government created incentives to attract and support private sector investment into it. These incentives broadly cover immigration, tax, customs, and other industry-specific incentives.
Think of free trade zones as a special VVIP area for the attraction of global companies as well as indigenous companies to generate revenue and elevate the Nigerian economy. Creating free trade zones is a global concept used very effectively by countries all over the world. China, for example, used it very effectively to take their economy to a whole new level, as we see today.
We need to understand this strategy for economic development and industrialization utilized by most countries in Europe, in Asia, and also recently in Africa, of course, to a small extent. The scheme has been effectively utilized in places like China.
Established in 2013, the Shanghai Free Trade Zone has been the symbol of China's efforts in welcoming foreign investments. Gone are the days when foreign firms come in for the low labor cost, low taxes, and other preferential treatments. China has managed to keep its market attractive by opening up new sectors, simplifying regulations, and making the rules more transparent. These bags belong to French sports company Decathlon. These products go straight from a factory like this to Decathlon's over 220 stores in 90 Chinese cities. Decathlon's many factories in China create substantial employment, as 40% of their goods globally are made in China.
We have a little bit about 5,300 economic free zones or free zone schemes all over the world. It won't surprise you to note that over 1,500 of that is located in China, and you can see the effect on the economy and production level that we get out of China. For us in Africa, we're still below 300 of such schemes in Africa. Nigeria has about 50, 44 under NEPSA, and the rest under oil and gas sector.
Nigeria now have free trade zones in the dozens, and the latest to come on stream is the Ajaokuta Trade Zone.
We begin this news belt in Abuja, where President Bola Tinubu has approved the establishment of the Ajaokuta Economic City Free Trade Zone in Kogi State, a move seen as a major boost to Nigeria's industrialization drive. The project is expected to unlock the country's vast steel and solid minerals potential. The license was officially presented in Abuja to Kogi State Governor Usman Ododo by the Managing Director of the Nigeria Export Processing Zones Authority, NEPZA.
The president declared 4,000 hectares in Kogi State as a free trade zone. When the president declared free trade zone, they have obligations as well. They must employ Nigerians, provide employment, they must transfer technology when they bring in FDI, and they must develop the communities in which they are located. So if you have a free zone that has been declared by the president and is inactive, that means it's not providing employment, it's not transferring any technology, it's not developing the community in which it was created, so it's a waste.
A number of the free trade zones shines and stand out, like the Lekki Free Trade Zone.
The Lekki Free Trade Zone, a project that has become a symbol of Nigeria's partnership with China and a new blueprint for industrial transformation in Africa. Established in 2006, the Lekki Free Trade Zone spans approximately 16,500 hectares, creating a city within a city designed to attract global investment, promote exports, and drive Nigeria's long-sought industrial revolution. The project is a model of public-private partnership. The Lagos state government provides land and infrastructure, while China Africa Lekki Investment Limited serves as the main investor. Together, they are building what is now one of Nigeria's most dynamic industrial zones.
What are some of the achievements of the Lekki Free Trade Zone?
The support with the help of the Lekki Deep Sea Port, including the Coast Highway, all the latest infrastructure that happened in this area. The zone is developing very fast. For example, in this year, from January up to now, we sold more than 110 hectares of land to 16 flagship customers. So this record surpassed all the records we achieved in the past 7 years. But that is not the end. We are still trying our best. We are still trying to improve our infrastructures. We are still trying to bring more investment into the zone.
Infrastructure is one of the alluring effects of the Free Trade Zone, and the Lagos Free Trade Zone has done very well in this regard.
To look at the land size and also the infrastructure, particularly the road infrastructure, and also all other things like the power, the water infrastructure, particularly gas. Now let me elaborate a little bit on that gas. You see, because our free zone is more to do with heavy, middle and scale and light industry. We are able to attract investors that wants to actually build a bigger industrial factory that might require using gas to power their factory. So Lekki Free Zone is one of the only as at now that actually has their own gas because of the opportunity of the gas pipe that was going through Dangote that was running through our zone. We're able to actually have a T point whereby and also sign an agreement with NIPCO, whereby if any of the investors want to build a bigger industry, they can actually utilize that gas directly. If any of our competitors wants to use it, they will have to go to NIPCO, do a laying of pipe and all.
According to Adeyele, investors in the zone enjoy several incentives, including corporate tax exemptions, duty-free imports, and one-stop approval for business licenses. From customs and immigration offices to medical centers and guest lodges, the zone offers a one-stop administrative setup, simplifying every step of doing business.
When you factor in that a global company like the Dangote refinery is in the area, then you're talking multi-billion-dollar developments. The world is investing in Nigeria, and China is leading the way.
The Lekki Free Trade Zone is more than an industrial park. It is a living example of what collaboration can achieve. Through strong Nigeria-China cooperation, it is transforming the country's image from import-dependent to globally competitive. Here, every factory built is more than brick and mortar. It's a foundation for the future, a future where Nigeria manufactures, exports, and thrives. From vision to reality, the Lekki Free Trade Zone stands as a testament to what is possible when vision meets execution.
Job creation is essential to Nigeria's economic growth. Free trade zones makes this possible via direct and indirect jobs.
Since inception, the scheme has attracted significant foreign direct investment, created hundreds of thousands of direct and indirect jobs with the attendant skills transfer, as well as generated revenue for government.
For the beginning of this project, I think Nigeria government also has been estimated like this. For the 45 years of concessional period, it will contribute 361 billion US dollars for the Nigeria GDP, and also it will produce 170,000 of the job opportunities. Yeah, even from beginning, from the construction period to up to now, Lekki Port has produced more than 5,000 job opportunities.
Nigeria and Africa over time and far too long have depended on exporting raw materials. Nigeria Free Trade Zone makes local processing possible. We can manufacture goods and export finished products from a Nigeria base. This is the exact formula that elevated China to global heights.
Reform and opening up, a phrase synonymous with China's modern economic transformation. In 2025, this national policy gives rise to a key gateway for a new era. The island province of Hainan becomes a free trade port.
If you've ever wondered how global companies operate in Nigeria despite infrastructural challenges, the Nigeria Free Trade Zones and also industrial zones is the key to the challenges, where essential infrastructure and logistics are at arm's length. You have Duffel Prima Foods, makers of the so popular Indomie, in the Lekki Free Trade Zone alongside Kellogg's and Colgate. What is the cost of entry into these free trade zones? Land purchase, for example, is of a wide range from 10 million naira to 7.5 billion naira.
In terms of the hard numbers, the customs duty which we paid out of the free zone, and this is despite the port not functional last year, was 21 billion naira. Now that from an overall customs revenue is about 1%. So 1% without even the port speaks a lot about the contribution which we are making. Then comes the VAT, the goods which are produced within the zone, sold domestically, have a VAT element in the local value chain, which is captured by the FIRS. Then we have got close to 4,000 people working in our zone today, out of which 30% are from the neighboring communities. And they all contribute to the payee to the Lagos state government. And not only that, we also contribute certain levies to Lagos state government. Overall, last year we contributed about 200 million naira, not only as payee but all other levies put together.
All necessary agencies have to be on board as part of a coordinated ecosystem.
We are there to ensure that goods that are imported into the free zones are escorted safely and on time. We are also there to make sure that the investors and their investments are secure.
The SSS, security-wise, intelligence-wise, also oversees it. So continuously we collaborate, we partner, we liaise, we synergize.
Operators in the free zones are ordinarily exempt from paying taxes, direct taxes.
Nigeria free trade zones are here to stay, especially with billions of dollars rolling in. Can free trade zones do for Nigeria what it has done for China? Please give me a like and subscribe to the channel.